ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So next one is how to calculate the resultant magnetic moment based on different conditions. How to calculate resultant magnetic moment. So the direction of the magnetic moment, how can you define magnetic moment? The product of pole strength into length of the magnet, and the direction of the magnetic moment is always from south pole to north pole. So that is the concept. Now resultant magnetic moment. Resultant magnetic moment. So how can we calculate the resultant magnetic moment in this? Resultant magnetic, let us say first case, for example, two magnets having magnetic moments M1 and M2. Let us say two magnets having different magnetic moments. Let us say this is south pole and this is north pole. So the direction of the magnetic moment is like this. Let us say this is also south pole and this is also north pole. The direction of the magnetic moment is like this. Let us say the angle between these two is theta. Let us say it is M1 and it is M2. Two different magnets here. Two different magnets having different magnetic moments M1 and M2 are inclined at an angle theta. What is the resultant magnetic moment? So resultant magnetic moment. So just according to parallelogram law vector addition. So again we enter into the vector concept. Parallelogram law vector addition. What is the parallelogram law vector addition? Under root m1 square, sorry, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos. That means two vectors are inclined at an angle theta. The resultant vector can be written as under root, so a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, just like that. So m net can be written as under root m1 square plus m2 square plus 2m1 m2 cos theta. Just like parallelogram law vector addition. Net magnetic moment square root of m1 square plus m2 square plus 2m1 m2 cos theta. So no doubt about that. So okay, the second situation, if one of the magnet is reversed, the direction of the magnetic moment is reversed. So very good. This is south pole, north pole, and this is north pole, south pole. One magnetic moment is this one, another magnetic moment is this one. Let us say it is M1 and it is M2. Then what is the angle between M1 and M2? So that's angle is important. Here the angle is given as theta. Here the angle is given as theta. But what is the actual angle between two magnets, two magnetic moments? The angle always must be, angle between two vectors, angle between two vectors always must be measured between two initial points only, not between one initial point and one final point. It's very important. Angle always must be measured between two initial points or two starting points of the vectors. So here this vector starts at this point and it is extended in this direction. This vector is this. This angle is given as theta. But what is the angle here? It is actually 180 minus theta. Actually the angle is 180 minus theta. This is the angle. So let's see here, let us say these are the two vectors like this. If the angle is given as theta like this, but that is not the angle. This vector must be extended in this direction. Now we must measure the angle here, that is 180 minus theta. That is the actual angle. So angle between two vectors means that must be measured between two initial points. So now net magnetic moments in this situation. So m net is equals to square root of m1 square plus m2 square plus 2m1 m2 cos 180 minus theta. So that is equals to square root of m1 square plus m2 square minus 2 m1 m2 cos theta. Cos of 180 minus theta. Which quadrant it is? 180 minus theta. Second quadrant cos is negative. So m1 square plus m2 square minus 2 m1 m2 cos theta. So this is resultant, this is way to calculate the resultant magnetic moment. Now just based on vector addition concept. So m net can be written as under root m1 square plus m2 square plus 2 m1 m2 cos theta. So first case, if theta is equals to 0, that means if both the magnets are arranged such that both the magnetic moments must be in the same direction. Two magnets are arranged such that both the magnetic moments must be in the same direction. So in this situation, net magnetic moment is equals to square root of m1 square plus m2 square plus 2 m1 m2 cos 0. So that is equals to m1 square plus m2 square plus 2 m1 m2, that is m1 plus m2 whole square. So that is equals to m1 plus m2 if theta equals to 0. Just based on vector addition concept, if two vectors are in the same direction, what is the resultant? Addition of those two. But in case of relative velocity, that is different. If two bodies are in the same direction, relative velocity is nothing but subtraction of those two. Here this must be based on vector addition concept. So here if theta is equals to 180, that means both are in opposite direction, then m net can be written as, based on this we can write m1 minus m2. Based on this we can write it is m1 minus m2. Theta equals to 180. M net is equals to m1 minus m2. Now if theta is equals to 90, then m net can be written as under root m1 square plus m2 square. If theta equals to cos 90, theta equals to 90, cos 90 is 0. So that's why we got square root of m1 square plus m2 square, square root of m1 square plus m2 square. So this is the resultant magnetic moment. Examples here, let us say do this. So let us say this is South pole, North pole. Next another magnet, South pole, North pole. Let us say it is m1 and this is m2. If these two are arranged like this, one above the another, or the two magnets are arranged like this. So this is South pole, North pole and this is South pole, North pole. So this is the direction of m1 and this is the direction of m2. Then in these two situations, both are in the same direction. Both the magnetic moments are in the same direction. So net magnetic moment is m1 plus m2. So second situation, both are in opposite direction. This is South pole, North pole and this is North pole, South pole. This is m2 and this is m1, let us say. Both are in opposite, or the arrangement also will be like that, south north, like this and like this. In this situation, m net can be written as m1 minus m2 or m2 minus m1. So the resultant magnetic moment in this situation, must be in the direction of heavier magnetic moment. The resultant magnetic moment must be in the direction of heavier magnetic moment here. So next, for example, two magnets are arranged perpendicular to each other. So like this, T shape, south north. So this is like this and this is like this. Or if the two magnets are placed like this, south north, So this one and this one. So that means in this situation the angle between these two is 90. The angle between those two is 90. In these two situations, m net can be written as, simply we can write it as m1 square plus m2 square, because the angle must be 90. So this is the way to calculate the resultant magnetic moment, calculate the resultant magnetic moment. Now, so next, example, let us say, so this is the magnets, south pole and north pole, cuts into two equal parts. Two magnets cuts into two equal parts. One magnet cuts into two equal parts. Magnet cuts into two equal parts. So, magnetic moment of each part is magnetic moment of each part is m by 2. Magnetic moment of each part is m by 2, no doubt about that. So now, in this, if one part is bent in the form of semicircle, one magnet cuts into two equal parts, so that magnetic moment of each part is m by 2, that is two parts we have. In that, one part is bent in the form of semicircle, So if any magnet is bent in the form of semicircle, new magnetic moment becomes, so let's m1 is equals to, general formula is 2m sin theta by 2 divided by theta. 2m sin theta by 2 divided by theta, that is 2 into m is here m by 2. Magnetic moment of each part is m by 2. In that, one part is bent in the form of a semicircle, only one part. So what is the magnetic moment of that part? M by 2, sin pi by 2 divided by pi. So that is m by pi. So magnetic moment of that bent part is, how much it is? M by pi. So now m1 is m by pi, and let m2 is equals to m by 2. So it cuts into two parts now. One part is bent in the form of semicircle. Let us say the magnetic moment of that bent part is m by 2. Another one is m by pi. Another one is m by 2. So now the situation is, if those two parts are arranged, like that, this is south pole, north pole, and let us say it is south pole, north pole. We are bending to, this magnet cuts into two parts. Those two parts are arranged like that. Let us say those two parts are arranged like this. Now, the south pole, north pole, the direction, and this is also the direction. So this magnetic moment is m by pi, and this magnetic moment is m by 2. So net magnetic moment is, both are in the same direction, m by pi plus m by 2. like this. One part is bent in the form of semicircle, this magnetic moment becomes m by pi, another part is m by 2. If those two parts are arranged like this, then the net magnetic moment m net is equals to m by pi plus m by 2. So, in the next case, for example, these two parts are arranged, this is south pole and north pole, and let us say it is south north. This magnetic moment is m by pi in this direction, and this magnetic moment is m by 2 here, like this. This magnetic moment is m by pi and this is m by 2. These two are arranged mutually perpendicular here, the magnetic moments m1 and m2 are mutually perpendicular. See here, this direction of the magnetic moment is south to north, that is why it is m by pi in this direction, and this is also from south to north, this is m by 2. So, net magnetic moment in this situation is under root m1 square plus m2 square, because the angle between these two is 90. So, that is why m by pi whole square plus m by 2 whole square, m by pi whole square plus m by 2 whole square. So, this is one method. Single magnet cuts into two equal parts. So, the magnetic moment of each part is m by 2. In that, one magnet is bent in the form of semicircle. Like that, m by pi. Next, m2 is equals to m by 2. So, if those two are arranged like this or those two are arranged like this, then what we can do means, this is the way to do the problem. This is one method. Next. Next thing, resultant magnetic moment. Next example, let us say so three magnets are arranged in the form of an equilateral triangle. Three magnets are arranged in the form of equilateral triangle like that. So, this is south pole, north pole, south, north, south, north. So, that unlike poles touching each other, Three magnets are arranged in the form of a equilateral triangle. Assume that. So, this is the magnetic moment of this one, and this is the magnetic moment, and this is the magnetic moment. All are having equal magnetic moments, m. All are identical magnets. Identical magnets means same, magnetic moment must be same. These are the magnetic moments here. What is the net magnetic moment here? So, that is important. What is the net magnetic moment? So, here the situation is unlike poles touching each other. North, south, north, south, north, south. See here. So, this is one magnetic moment, and this is another magnetic moment. This is another magnetic moment. For our convenience, we can draw like this. This is M, and this is M, and this is M. All are identical magnets. So, this is M like this. What is the angle between any two magnetic moments here? Here the angle between these two is 120 degrees. Here also 120, here also 120. Total angle is 360. So that's why here the angle is 120. Now, what is the resultant between these two? M and M are inclined. M and M are inclined at 120 degrees. So M net for those two can be written as net magnetic moment for these two, square root of m square plus 2 into m into cos 120. So that is square 2m square plus 2m square cos 120 minus 1 by 2. So that is 2m square minus m square. So that becomes m. This vector is in this direction, this vector is in this direction. The resultant must be in this direction. This is in this direction, this is in this direction. The resultant must be in this direction. This is also m. What is the resultant we got? M. This m and this m. Both are in opposite direction. This m and this m must be in opposite direction. So the resultant magnetic moment. So m net in this situation is equals to 0. So the resultant magnetic moment in this situation must be equal to 0. So that is the concept. Next, same situation. If unlike poles touching each other, like poles touching each other. Now, so like poles touching each other. Here the like poles touching each other. South, north. So north, south. In all possibilities, all like poles touching each other is not possible. See here, this is south, north, north, south, like that. Here like poles touching each other, here also like poles touching each other. Here also like poles touching each other. That condition does not happen. So that is. So here south, north, this is also south, north, and this is south, north. That is the direction. What is the resultant magnetic moment in this situation? What is the resultant magnetic moment? So this is one, and this is one, this is one, next this is one. Here, this is one magnetic moment, and this is the one direction, and this is one direction. So the angle between these two must be 60 degrees. This is 60, and between these two is 120. So this is M, and this is M, and this is also M. 3 magnets. Here like poles touching each other, like that. Here the like poles touching each other, here also like poles touching each other, here like poles touching each other. Does not, this condition does not possible. So here, what is the resultant magnetic moment? So here, first M comma M are inclined at 120 degrees. We have to calculate. M net for that is square root of, already we calculated simply, right? M, in the previous case we calculated. M and M are inclined at angle 120 degrees. M net is equals to M. So that's why this is also in this direction. This is M and this is M. These two are inclined at an angle 120. These two are inclined at an angle 120. So the resultant is M. The resultant is M. So these two must be in the same direction. These two must be in the same direction. Then net magnetic moment is M plus M. So resultant magnetic moment is M and M are in the same direction. this is 2m. See here, this m and m are inclined at an angle 120, so the resultant is m. So that also must be in the same direction of this one, because both are having same magnitude, resultant angle is 120. The resultant must be in this direction only. So that's why the resultant magnetic moment is 2m. Simple thing. So next, one more problem here based on this magnetic moments. M comma 2m comma 3m are the magnetic moments of three magnets are arranged in the form of equilateral triangle. So of course length of these three is same, maybe pole strengths are different. So that's why having different magnetic moments. Magnetic moment is the product of the product of pole strength and length. The product of pole strength and length. So m is equals to small m into 2l. Here these are having three different magnetic moments, but form of equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means length is same, but pole strengths are different. That's why magnetic moments are different. If pole strength is same, length also same, magnetic moment also must be same. But here we are considering equilateral triangle. That means length of these three magnets must be same, but pole strengths are different. Find resultant magnetic moment here. Find resultant magnetic moment. So in this situation, see the condition. Three magnets are arranged in the form of equilateral triangle. Like this. All are having same length. Let us say south north, south north, south north. This is one direction, this is one direction, and this is one direction. That is the situation. Let us say it is m, 2m, 3m. Now we have to calculate the resultant magnetic moment. See here, this is m, this is 3m, and this is 2m. I am considering like this. Here it is m, this vector must be drawn from here, this vector must be drawn from here. So m, 2m, 3m like this. M, 2m, 3m. So now, how can we calculate the resultant magnetic moment? How can we calculate the resultant magnetic moment? How can we do this? Equilateral triangle, that means angle between any two is 60 degrees. Sorry, 120 here. This is 120, this is 120, this is 120. So the total angle is 360. So that's why each angle is 120. This is mainly based on vector resolution of vectors concept we can do here. 3m, 2m, m. So if we draw this, so the total angle is 120 and this is 60 and it is also 60 and 60. So now first 2m divides into two components according to resolution of vectors. 2m divides into two components. Let us say it is 2m cos 60 and in this direction it is 2m sin 60. This is 2 sin 60. Next 3m also divides into two components. This is 3m cos 60 and it is 3m sin 60. Just based on resolution of vectors. This is the direction of 2m. Its total angle between 3m and 2m is 120. So this is 3m and this is 2m. The total angle is 120 here. So the horizontal line that gives equal angle 60 60. So 3m makes an angle 60 with the horizontal. That's why 3m cos 60, 3m sin 60. Again 2m makes an angle 60. 2m cos 60, 2m sin 60. So next. So simplify this. In this direction it is m and in this direction it is 3m sin 60. Sin 60 root 3 by 2 and the downward direction 2m sin 60. 2m root 3 by 2. In this direction 3m cos 60. So 3m cos 60 1 by 2. 2m cos 60. 2m 1 by 2. Like that. Here 2 gets cancelled and here it is 1m and here it is. So 2m, 3m into root 3 by 2, opposite direction 2m into root 3 by 2. Resultant is upwards 3m root 3 by 2 minus 2m root 3 by 2. 3m root 3 by 2 minus 2m root 3 by 2 because it is downwards and it is upwards. Next horizontal direction, that is 3m by 2 plus m and consider this minus m. This is 3m by 2 m and it is in opposite direction, that is minus, let us say it is minus. M gets cancelled. So now the resultant condition is, so it is 3m by 2 here. 3m root 3 by 2 minus 2m root 3 by 2. How much? m root 3 by 2 or root 3 by 2 m. Root 3 by 2 m. So root 3 by 2 common. 3m minus 2m m. So here the angle between these two is 90. So resultant m resultant can be written as under root 3m by 2 whole square plus root 3m by 2 whole square. So that is 9m square by 4 plus 3m square by 4. That is 12m square by 4 square root of 3m square. So root 3m. So that is the net magnetic moment in this situation. So simple scenario, 3 magnets having different magnetic moments m, 2m and 3m, 3 different magnetic moments are arranged in the form of equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means sides must be same. The angle between any two sides must be 60 here. But according to these vectors, of course it is 60, but here the angle is, remaining angle is 120. So that is here the total angle is 120. So first m, 2m, 3m. Here let us say it is m and it is 3m and it is 2m. 2m, 3m, m. So angle between 3m and 2m is 120. Here it is 120, 120. So for our convenience, I am drawing the line, horizontal line. So it equally cuts. This is 60 and this is also 60. So 2m makes an angle 60. So divides according to vector resolution concept, it divides into 2. 2m cos 60, 2m sin 60. 3m also divides, 3m cos 60, 3m sin 60. And it is just based on vector resolution concept. The finally we got resultant magnetic moment is root 3m. So next, so the magnets are arranged in the form of a hexagon. If the magnets are arranged in the form of a hexagon, 6 magnets of all are having equal magnetic moments, all are having equal magnetic moments, are arranged in the form of a hexagon. So let us say M, so like that. So that South pole, North pole, South pole, North pole, South pole, North pole, South North, South North, South North, like that. Unlike poles touching each other here, unlike poles touching each other. So unlike poles touching each other means this is the direction of the magnetic moment here, and this is the direction of magnetic moment here. This is the direction of magnetic moment, like this, and here it is like this, like this. These are the directions of the magnetic moments. Like this. So this is south to north, 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 and again south to north. So the direction of the magnetic moment is always from south to north. All are identical magnets. That means magnetic moments must be same. This is M and this is M. This is negative x direction, this is positive x direction. So these two will cancel with each other. Next, this is in this direction M, and this is this is in this direction, and this is in this direction. This is like this is both are in opposite direction. So these two will get cancelled, and this in this direction, here it is in this direction. These two also will be cancelled. So net magnetic moment must be 0. 6 magnets having 6 identical magnets are arranged in the form of a regular hexagon, so that unlike poles touching each other, so the net magnetic moment of the system must be 0 here. Next, if one magnet is removed here in this, if one magnet is removed, in the previous situation hexagon concept, one magnet is removed. This is south north, so north south, so north south. Here this is the direction of the magnetic moment, These two will cancelled. So this is south to north, and here also it is south to north, this is south to north. These two will get cancelled. So this is in this direction and this is in this direction. These two gets cancelled. So resultant M net is equals to only one magnet must be only one magnet remaining. So that's why net magnetic moment is M. In the previous situation, if one of the magnet is removed, then the net magnetic moment is M. So this is the cases about net magnetic moment. So based on this, we can do any problem based on magnetic moment concepts.